So today's workout is a self-paced workout, meaning you go at your speed. We've got, it's a format we've done before, 20 reps, then 15, then 10, then 5. So it is, everybody's going to be going at their own speed. I'll kind of try to keep an eye on everybody and not get too far ahead or behind, I guess. But yeah, so today the exercises are a squat jump, and you know that obviously is going to be done at your level, meaning, you know, maybe the jump, your feet are just barely leaving the ground. Maybe you just come up on your toes and you're back down onto the flat feet. But yeah, 20, the first round would be 20 squat jumps, second time through 15, third time through 10, et cetera, et cetera. And then slide lateral lunges. So you'll need a slider or something to, at least a sock on the floor or something. I guess if there is absolutely nothing you can slide on, it's okay to turn those into just plain lateral lunges where you're stepping out. But ultimately, you know, we've got a slider under your foot and we're sliding out this way. If you don't have anything to slide on, just step out that way. And in fact, I would probably turn it into a lateral squat where you just keep your feet glued to the ground, because 20 lunges would take kind of a long time. Okay, so that's the lateral lunge. Plank row, you're going to be in a push-up position with a weight in one hand. So we're here and in that good solid push-up position, and then one arm is just going to be rowing. You'll row for 20 on the first round, switch hands, do 20 on the other. So that is a plank push-up position, and then row with one arm. SLDL, we know, upright row, we're pulling the weight up under your chin, keeping your elbows above your hands. All right, so we don't want to end up here. We're going to pull up with elbows above the hands. And then finally, push-ups. Everything can be modified as you need to. Push-ups, obviously, you can do with knees down. You can do with hands elevated is another way to make them easier. And that is that. So let's get rolling. Are they joining us today?
I have to go back upstairs.
Okay. There it is. Okay, sorry about that. All right, let's get rolling here. Let's roll the front of our shins today. Something people typically don't do on their own. So I will make sure that we take care of that. It's part of my job, even remotely. Just rolling the outside, the nice meaty part of your shin. Just to make sure everybody saw the announcement yesterday, Friday there is going to be a snow cone social outside the gym. We have a shave ice truck coming, and they'll be there from 6 to 7 on Friday night. So that's it'll be right after the 5:30 workout wraps up. So if you want to do the 5:30 workout, that'd be great to join us outdoors, and then have a snow cone afterwards. If you want to skip the workout and go straight to the snow cone, that's totally fine. We can do that too. Bring your family, bring the kids, bring your spouse, but it should be a chance for us to hang out a little bit, see each other, say hi, not having to press the space bar first. Just kind of nice. Let's roll the front of your thigh while we're here. All right, make sure we're not just burning one track up and down your thigh. You're gonna roll in a little bit. You're gonna roll out a little bit. And we'll switch legs. I prefer to roll one thigh at a time, just because I feel like I can get in more spaces that way. If you're rolling both legs at the same time, it tends not to get into as many nooks and crannies. Hi. All right, so while we're here, we're going to roll over on your side. Put that roller parallel to you and kind of up around your belly button area. And we're rolling the inside of your thigh here. And switch sides. And good. Let's go ahead and give it a quick roll from your calves up to the back of your legs. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. All right, working your way up the back of your thighs. Another trick you can use here, if you feel like you've become pretty desensitized to this amount of pressure, you can always stack your legs on top of each other, right? So that puts all of your body weight through into one leg rather than two. The other thing we can do is give that little side shift while you're rolling, shifting side to side as well as rolling up and down. All right, let's go ahead and sit on the roller. Crossing your ankle over. Sometimes these rolls on a Monday are the most important just because you haven't, maybe you didn't been doing yard work all weekend or whatever, did something physical over the weekend, tend not to recover as well over the weekend. So we're doing other stuff. So sometimes these Monday morning rolls are the most important. Or if you traveled on the weekend, spent a lot of time in the car. All right. Last one here, let's just put your back on the roller, shoulder blades on the roller. We're going to be rolling back and forth on your back. And then we'll stay on the floor for the beginning of our stretch.
Now you're trying to go.
Is that what you're
No, I was laying on the couch with her head.
Okay. All right. Starting off on your back. Keep the roller nearby. You might use it. But let's point feet up at the ceiling. You can grab the back of one leg if you need help with a hamstring stretch. If not, you can let that one go free. But we're just going to work one side here. We want to get that hamstring stretch and tap that other heel to the floor. So we're just working one side here. If you want to hold one or hold the side that you're stretching, that's fine. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Stretching one, working the other. Try to relax your head as you do this. So you shouldn't be looking down forward. You should be looking right up at the ceiling. And good. Let's push one heel down into the floor. We'll lift 10 times. Simple glute bridge here. And switch. So once you get 10 on one side, we'll switch to the other. And from there, we'll come up to all fours. All right. So from here, we're just going to sit back, actually grab your roller. We'll get rotating here. So back of your hand will go on the roller. So if you have the roller under your left armpit, the back of your right hand is going to go on the roller. And we turn and push that roller away and come back to square. Turn and push the roller away. Let's do this for about 20 seconds. Five more seconds. Remember, we're just looking to get big rotation here. Switch sides. Should be a nice upper back stretch. You might feel a stretch in your lat or the muscle kind of underneath your armpit and down your rib cage. Really pushing that roller as far away as you can without bending your arms. 5 more seconds. And relax. Okay, we're going to alternate a pigeon stretch here. So we're going to go to push-up position. You're going to bring one foot up and across forward. So you get into this pigeon stretch. You should feel this on the outside of your hip. Right? And then we go back to push-up position. And we're going to step through with the other leg. So we'll just hold each one for about a breath or two. And we alternate. Switch. Alternate one more time. Last one. Good, we'll go to push-up position. Push your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Dropping back down for a hamstring stretch. Dropping your heels to the floor for a calf stretch. And let's walk your hands into your feet. And stand yourself up. All right, so we're going to plant our feet wide. Just going for some lateral lunges here to start getting warm. We're going to go for about 20 seconds. You go at your speed. Remember, we are going to be doing some slide lateral lunges today. So we want to make sure that we're warming up laterally, getting a groin stretch here, getting your hips and legs warmed up. And good. Last little bit of warm up. We're going to go give that knee a hug, pulling up and across, and then hinging over for an SLDL. And we'll come back up. So again, we'll go for 20 seconds. Since this is not a timed circuit, I put the exercises in the chat again, just so you can keep track if you're ahead or behind. Go ahead and switch sides. Again, the jump squat can be anywhere from, toes just barely leaving the ground, toes staying on the ground even, all the way to dunking a basketball height. And relax. Okay, so we're going to get into this. The reps today, 20, 15, 10, and 5. Okay, so every time through, you're having to do fewer. By the time you get to the 5, it'll go by pretty quickly. But the 10 and 15 are kind of a grind. The squat jump, we'll start off there, and then I'll set you guys on your way. I'm going to set it up so that I can see most of you. And then that way I can kind of keep track of where people are. If you want to set a watch, you can set a watch, but we won't keep a running time here. Okay? All right, so we start off with the squat jumps, and then slide, lateral lunge, and then the front plank and row. So that's that push-up position, and you're pulling the weight up. Okay, brushing your elbow right by your side. SLDL, we know, upright rows. You don't have to take the weight to the floor or anything like that. We just stand up tall, bring the weight up, making sure your elbows are higher than your hands. And finally, push-ups, okay? All right, I'll do the countdown here, and then we can get started getting to work on our reps. All right, so we start off with 20, okay? Ready, and here we go. Good substitution there, Sung-hee, if the squat jumps don't work. Yeah. It's a good reminder. We are talking about 20 each side here. If anything that has to do both sides, we're talking 20 each side.
What are you looking for?
Slider.
It's right here.
Where is it? Oh, let's talk about the plastic one. Remember on that slide lateral lunge, don't let your body follow the slider. Your body's going to stay over the leg that's planted. And again, if you do not have a slider, that's okay. We can just use or just turn it into a lateral squat. It means your feet will be planted on the ground. And it'll be bending one leg, keeping the other straight. As you get into the lateral squat or the slide lateral lunge, keep in mind we want your foot flat on the floor. So you shouldn't be rolling forward, rolling up into your toe here. You want to try to keep your foot flat on the floor. The foot that's on the slider, just keep, a little bit of weight on the ball of your foot. Plank row. Plank row is next. You're going to be in a push-up position. If you're watching the video, you'll see that we've elevated our hand, one hand. It's just so that we can get more of that rowing motion without having to turn. If you're using a kettlebell, the kettlebell hangs low, so you might have to turn up just a little bit. It's okay. Okay, after the plank row, we're up to SLDL. Whatever leg is going back, you're going to hold the weight on that side. Tough one this morning. Nice thing about this circuit is after you finish an exercise, you won't have to do that many again. Sometimes it's all about finding little ways to motivate yourself like that. Sung-hee, from a thumbs up or thumbs down, did the slide lateral lunge work? Sort of? Okay, one side, not the other maybe? Okay. As usual there, just vary the range of motion so that it's pain-free. Upright row is after the SLDL. So pulling your hands up under your chin, keeping your elbows high. While I'm thinking about it, we did start outdoor workouts last week. We got to start on Tuesday, and we did 4 of them every day after that at 5:30, outdoor, outside at the gym. One thing to note this week, those will only be going Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So only outdoor workouts Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this week. Of course, after Fridays is the social. So if you're gonna pick an outdoor workout, and it's supposed to be a decent temperature, like high 70s on Friday. So if you're gonna make one outdoor workout, make it that one. Push-ups are last if you're done with your upright rows.
I'm not be doing 20 push-ups in a row.
Okay, I see some on the push-ups, some moving on to the squat jump. We're working our way into 15s here. Feel free to go move ahead if you want. Feel free to take your time if you'd like. That's the one tough part about these kinds of circuits. I don't like that everybody gets kind of separated, but this is also an opportunity for you to push yourselves a little bit more than you normally would. Trying to get ahead of us here. Not that that's a great feat, But, do your best to keep getting a good range of motion on the lateral lunges. So the goal would be to get to that 90-degree mark at your knee. Plank rows are next. I know the weight is most likely going to hang lower than your hand. So just try to do your best to stay level. You know, it's going to be kind of splitting the difference between staying perfectly level. You know, if you do that and you're using a kettlebell, you only get like a 3-inch row. So kind of split the difference so you can get a decent sized row out of it and try to keep your hips level. Remember on the SLDL, if you look down at your knee, you should see it out over your pinky toe. So take a little peek there. Make sure you've got that knee outside. Might find that if you do that, you fall in less. Upright rows are after the SLDL. Push-ups are after the upright rows. Another nice way to think of this is after you're done with the 15s, the next 2 sets combined are only going to add up to 15. So you've already done, even though we've done half the number of sets, we've already done 3/4 of the work. Sort of. So let me check my math. Between probably 2/3 of the work we've done. All right, working into squat jumps for 10. Same thing on the lateral lunge. If you look down, take a little peek. Make sure the middle of your kneecap is tracking over your pinky toe. Shoulders should be level with that too. So we don't want to get out there by tilting your upper body weight to get over there. We want to get out there by shifting your hips over. So everything should be level. Kneecap over your pinky toe. Working into SLDLs here. We're working on our 10s. Push-ups are after upright rows. Okay. Home stretch. We're on a very short last leg here to the finish line. 5s are going to go by quick. All right, wrapping up with 5 push-ups. Just checking in. Okay. Looks like we're all pretty close. Good job, everybody. Let's find a spot that you can relax for a second. Might be seated, might be standing, might be walking a little bit. Whatever you prefer. As always, the rule is stay tall so that you can get your full breath. Bringing that heart rate back down. Okay. That's all I got for today, guys. Remember, thinking about the social on Friday. There is a Facebook event up, so it would really help if we knew how many people were coming about, so we can tell the guy with the Italian or the Hawaiian Ice trailer, like what kind of help he's going to need and stuff like that. So if you can find the Facebook event, let us know whether you're coming or not. That way you can get a somewhat close idea of the numbers. So thank you so much, guys. Appreciate all of you. Have an excellent day, and we will see you tomorrow, maybe. See ya.